Hello everybody, today we're going over another episode of Redonkulas.com. And we're going to be covering a subject that a lot of women have been dreading, and I can't imagine why. It's a phenomenon that exists when nobody likes to talk about it, but I am. They got it coming, middle-aged mileage. Before we begin, just want to let everyone know I have dyslexia, so if it's not spelled correctly, you can f*** off. And this is all in good fun, and if you don't like it, I don't care. This is an extensive subject, and it's going to be broken down into two parts. Sometimes a shit sandwich is just too big for one mouthful. It's math. I have a crazy way of attaching numbers to stuff, so let us begin. First criteria we get to is children. Now the children thing, that doesn't even take into account if you're a good mother or not. I mean, one kid can be a deal breaker.
I'm going to kick his ass.
Comes up and hits you in the bean bag or something, and you first meet him, it's over. Or he's a criminal. Or how about you have one kid and he's 6'8"? Who wants to deal with that? Now typically after two, it gets exponentially worse here. You seen the slot C after one or two?
Vertical axe wound.
Now imagine 3 or 4. Beef and cheddar and a catcher's mitt.
Beef and cheddar and a catcher's mitt.
Now if she has more than 4 children, you probably got a WOL, which is walk off the lot. The Brady Bunch situation, not cool. Now we're gonna move over here to age. Now this is where the numbers get wicked. Everyone likes the young pieces of trim. That's just the way it is. If you're like a 40-year-old man and you get a chance to hit some young stuff like that, you will probably not turn it down. 50 plus WOL. It's a walk off the lot. I'm sorry, you know, Elizabeth Taylor at 50 after she'd been plowed through 5 or 6 times. Yeah, see what I'm saying? Men get distinguished, women just get old. That's not me saying that. That's not me. What are you gonna do? Divorce, that always comes up. Hang on, I need a beer. Everyone has the right to be a sucker once because, yeah. Now, ladies, if you've been divorced 3 times and you're out there cruising for another husband, you might want to pack it in. If you have a problem with somebody and it's just one person, it's personal. But if everybody has a problem with you, that's your problem. I'm just saying. The board behind me is things you talk about. The board we're going to talk about are things that you notice. Now there's a reason why you want to hit the gym and do some running. Run that booty down a little bit. You don't want to be flopping at both drops. Now I added voluptuous to that because, well, I kind of like that a lot. It is what it is. FOF, which is fat, overly fat. That's a walk off the lot. Yeah, sorry. Now we're gonna go to dial size. Now we all know what dials are, come on. Pegs and dials, you know, they need to be adjusted a little bit from time to time. Just saying. The 0 dials, you're gonna get 10,000 miles. They got more than that, unless you have the smoking ass option. It's the equivalent of having a C or D rack. This is all things that run through a dude's head. And he might not know it or not, I'm just attaching mileage to it. Small dials, minus 5,000 miles, because you got some dials. Gravity's a bitch, and small dials can help. I go with size E or larger. It's a walk off the lot simply because when they're younger, they're great. The minute they hit about 30, they drop from here to your ankles and you start developing peritis. Gravity's a bitch. And let's see, let me put my I care face on. We're done, I don't care. Okay, now when I'm talking about looks, I'm talking about the oval above your shoulders. If you're a beautiful woman, you can get away with a lot of crap. Yeah, I'm not penalizing average. It is what it is. You know, average even like dips down into homely, yes, I guess. You know, I've seen a lot of homely chicks that have some great dials and they just rip it up. They get all kinds of waivers and teasers. I'd hit that shit all day long. I'm just saying, some people have some unattractive features. You know, big nose, acne, no Adam's apples. No. Crazy big lips or chicken lips are just as bad. You meet a chick, she's fairly attractive, everything's good to go, but her lips look like 2 pieces of pink yarn in front of her teeth. Okay, now I'm not going to go into detail what ugly is. We all know what it is when you see it. And I refer to that as looking glass challenged. Imagine B. Arthur with a beard. PTMB, which is pick the meat off the bone ugly. That's a walk off the lot. Now, fortunately for me, in my travels, I've only seen maybe half a dozen women that fit into that category. Just like I've only seen maybe half a dozen perfect 10s. Thank God. Gravity's a bitch. All right, we gotta talk about the teeth. If they're white and well kept, you're gonna get minus 10,000 miles. No one likes a jacked up grill. I don't know one XY crosswire that wanted to put it to Austin Powers. It pays to brush. What can I say? That's the end of part 1 for middle-aged mileage, because apparently one bite of the sandwich, just not enough. I'm gonna need a beer. Stay tuned for part 2.